Hello, everybody. I guess we're live. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. What I also figured is dumb is I didn't do a lot of the pre-show prep, so I guess I'll do some of that while I'm on the air. What the fuck? It's not even spring.
Really?
Whew. Well, I'm alive, live, and on the air. What's going to happen here? Whew. Well, here's the deal. Tonight's a special show. It's even though in the title it says it's a tribute show to it's a Remembering Cliff Burton show is what it's called, but it's not just solely to remember Cliff. I have some stuff I want to do on the air, but let's see what the hell this thing's doing here. Yep. I just remembered. I should set it up to actually notify my viewers that I'm live. Whoops. I didn't have my live signal on. Whoops. That could be bad. Give me a minute. And this kid's a goof. Anyway, for those of you who are Metallica fans, this week marked 29 years since Cliff Burton was killed in a bus accident in Sweden. Obviously, everyone that knows me knows I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've seen him live, actually in person once, but I've made a pretty conscious effort to watch, as many of their live, web streams as I could or can rather. I actually missed my first one in 5 or 6 years this year because I actually had went to bed to kind of take a nap before the show because it was in Brazil. Brazil is a 3-hour time difference. And, well, I ended up falling asleep. So, first time I've missed a, live, streamed gig in 4 or 5 years. Kind of bummed out, but I saw the set list and actually ripped the stream offline. Thank God. My personal opinion is, what's going on here? Something is not right here. All right. Jen Sims, are you going to watch the show here? Live and waiting for you, Jen. Haha. Oh, boy. I gotta invite some more people, then I'll really... Yeah. So, while we wait here to see what the hell's going on with my stream, apparently I'm live, but I'm not sure what the hell's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Fucking piece of shit. Pissed at myself for this. I should have done this earlier. Yes, I know, you dumbass. Fucking idiot. who the fuck am I gonna send it to? Fuck you, you stupid ass. My invitation has been posted, and I'm kind of pissed. As soon as you're ready, you can join in. I don't care. Anyway, thank you. September 27th, 1986. Actually, from what I remember reading, I think it wasn't actually in the actual Metallica. Actually, what the hell is the book called? Injustice for Metallica. There's a whole chapter on the bus accident, and there was an interview with I think it's somewhere in that book. There was an interview with the band right after Cliff passed, and they said something along the lines of they didn't really want to continue after he died. It's just they decided to make the decision to do it. You know, they made the conscious effort to continue on because they figured that's what he wanted them to do, and that's, as a band, they decided that if they didn't do it, it'd be a slap in the face of his legacy, and they figured, James, being the most religious of the four, because he was born into a very religious family, kind of believed in the supernatural, that if they didn't continue on, that Cliff would have haunted them for the rest of their lives. So that's one of the biggest reasons that they hung on after he died. Everyone knows that, what happened with Jason. But anyway, one of the big things that a lot of people that follow the band now, either as a casual fan or casual fan nowadays, but a diehard back in those particular times, that were obviously that were old enough to remember Metallica at that point. A lot of one thing I think they kind of missed the whole point is where they throw out that whole line, Cliff would be spinning in his grave, but not actually thinking that he was the least metal of the four. If anybody was, horns up heavy metal to the core, it was actually Kirk. He actually came from a heavy metal background. He came from Exodus, and the band that Cliff came from was more like the same background that Rob Trujillo came from. So, and he came from a funkadelic type of deal with the infectious grooves and suicidal tendencies. He was a session bassist with Ozzy, but he wasn't really a full-on member of the band. But that's something that a lot of people don't understand. It's what people that worship Cliff now, or even worship what Metallica was then, but kind of crap on what they are now, like to throw out is, they throw out that whole Cliff Burton argument, like they would know more than the band, which kind of irritates the hell out of me. I mean, who's going to know more? And that's not being a Metallica fanboy. That's being a realistic person. Being realistic. Who's going to know more? The three of the guys that were actually there that knew Cliff, is more than just the bassist of a band. Saw him more than at a gig in, London, England, or Rochester, New York, or wherever the hell they may have seen him throughout their wherever they saw him. I was actually going to wear my Kill 'Em All shirt, knowing that tonight's show was going to be like this, but I decided against it. Thank you. So, now, on the topic of Cliff, before I almost canceled the show. On the topic of Cliff, that kind of, you know, brings me to one of the middle topic of this discussion before we kind of get back into the fold of things is um, uh, if anyone reads his last interview, I guess it was published. I think I remember reading it for the first time. I think it was the 25th anniversary of his death. Some newspaper in Sweden published it. His idea, what he wanted to see Metallica do, you know, after Puppets was similar to what they did with Black and Load and Reload, but more of a harder edge to it. So I think they probably would have gotten what became the albums Load and Reload a lot sooner, but probably would have been a little harder. Um, I don't think it was, had Cliff survived, I don't think Metallica would have been nearly as big as they are now, but I still think they would have been big enough where they would have been, you don't tour with a household name like Ozzy Osbourne and, you know, go off playing in some bar for the remainder of your career. It just doesn't happen that way. I mean, it wouldn't happen like that overnight, at least. It's just doesn't happen like that. And being that Ozzy Osbourne was already well established and almost 20 years into his career at that point in time, it goes to show you that they were headed towards greatness at that point. I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that's they got five number one selling albums in a row. It doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, of all the material they've released in just the last, you'll hear me discuss of any albums before Cliff or after Cliff rather, because there wasn't any Metallica albums before Cliff that were actually studio albums. But of all the Metallica albums that came after Cliff Burton passed, "Injustice for All" was went to numbers. That actually sold better than Black. It actually sold better than Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets debuted at number 29 on the Billboard charts, whereas whereas "Injustice for All" was number 6 or 5, I think. And then from Black on to even Saint Anger to Death Magnetic finished, went straight to number 1. I think, I think you could have, I think they would have, they would have been successful, but I think it would have been a lot different, and it would have had nothing to do with their hair. I think that's ridiculous. I think the people that, looking back now and at my age, because I'm about the same age as they were when they cut their hair. I'm 32. I think they were about that when they cut theirs. Does this look like it can grow? Thank you. I doubt it. And if it could grow, I'd be happy to see it go. Where is everybody? I'd be happy to see it grow. I'd be happy to see this hair grow. I'm going to do some adding here. I'm trying to figure out a way to get this link to go viral. I mean, I'm trying to boost the, kind of getting pissed at myself. Fucking people, No one's patient with me, it seems. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to add people to the conversation so I can get this show on the road here. There you go, my friends. We're all live. That's the last I'm going to try and promote before I just kind of get moving on this broadcast. Now, as I was saying, I think a lot of these people that kind of got their feelings all hurt when Metallica, actually cut their. I think that's ridiculous. That was totally ridiculous. Then, and looking back or looking, at my own hairline now, being that I was about the same age as they are or they were at that point, I think it's ridiculous. I think anybody that expects, even now, if they wouldn't have cut their hair, they would have looked. Oh God, they would. Lars looks really bad now. He's got hair down to his back right here. He's got a bald spot right here. It's not appealing to anybody. Come on. Here comes that haircuts argument makes me, bothers me a lot. Do I want to see my, looking back, like I said, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it now anyway. My feet are killing me. Itching. Good thing that I'm itching my feet off cam. So, now, we'll get back to the discussion of Metallica later on in the broadcast, but I'd like to put a little bit of emphasis, rather. Emphasis is not a real word. Some people think it is, but it isn't. Thank you, my friend. That's a good idea. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Excuse me. Mr. Bob Lonsberry. Share my link, big guy. Share my link, bro. I'm a huge fan of yours, Bob. I'm very honored that you'd even think about that. As I, now that we're here, I'm going to say something that's going to be oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I got it. Thank you, bro. Haha. Nope. I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want to play that. I don't know. So why I do this? Create a video response. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna do this really quickly because I'm trying to do something to, get max viewers. All right. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it like this. Create a video response. So anyway, I'm doing something on YouTube right now to maximize my viewer count, which is good because I have to do this. You know what? I'm gonna do it with this guy right here. Alright, I don't know what the hell it's... Why is it not fucking clicking? Oh, you stupid ass. I'm sorry. If you're I'm a stupid ass. I just can't believe I just did that. I don't know, big guy. I feel like I'm a total idiot. Here, watch my live show. I don't know. I don't know. It won't let me. You know, I'm gonna add some stuff to my playlist. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. All right, I did it already. Thank you. I'm going to. So whoever's watching, please share the link. You've got to help me with this. I want to make the show very, very, very big. Because with this next topic I'm trying to discuss, I want to actually have quite a range of an audience here. Oh, God, feet are sore and I'm sore, which is bad. Ow. That was the chair. We don't want to know what that was, but it was the chair. The chair made some noises, bro. The chair made some noises. All right. Yeah. 2 create video. Oh, whew. That smells terrible. Whew. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Enter Sandman. All right. I'm going to do this. All right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Fuck. I don't know. It's okay. I can't do it tonight. I didn't do it quick enough. I apologize, everybody, for being a part of this. Why? I can't. I'm not gonna go through that on the air. Call me. Or actually, don't call me. Text me. Text me. I'm not gonna go through that information on the air. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just tell you in text, but that's it. Don't repeat it to anybody. All right. So anyway, what I'd like to talk about now is, well, my birthday. No, just kidding. My main man. All right. I don't know. I'm turning off chat right now. Actually, no. Thank you, you little bastard. Um, thank you for being a good kid. All right. Bless you. Don't get stupid. You're gonna get drunk. Go get drunk with your buddies. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna do it later. Yeah. So, well, obviously, with the situation with the one of the things I covered in, I think it was one of our very first actual shows, um, was the Dog for Devon deal. Her mother, Heather Pereira, has been fighting with the school district in Gates, trying to get her service dog in school with their daughter, uh, Devon, obviously, it's her name, because she suffers from a rare form of autism called Angelman's disease, and it's getting national headlines at this point, which it's actually a very big thing considering, I mean, not shocking at this point, considering the Department of Justice has now decided to step in, and that's huge. Anytime that they step in, offending party that gets involved, or the offending party involved in whatever the situation is, it's usually never a good idea for them to not listen to what's being said. But
shut up.
They do, and now they're suffering the consequences. Will it? I'm not sure what where if this is going to be the end of the end of the road, or and whatever I consider as good as prevailing, or if it'll this will drag on for another 50 years. But at this point, hopefully it doesn't drag on that much longer. At least for Heather, I hope, on a personal level, I think she's she'd be willing to fight until she's 90, But that's, she's fighting for Devon, and Devon, doesn't, even though she, I think she understands things, she is 8 years old, so, but given her medical situation, it's very fragile, and, obviously there's some stuff she can't understand, that might be for the better. But it is what it is. Thanks, Chris. Wherever you are. Thanks, Zach. I can't answer that over the air. And I won't. No questions about that, please. Thank you. Ooh.
Yes, he's gay.
What's wrong with this fucking... I just try to get my Yahoo account. Oh, I hate this stupid thing. Well, what was I going to bring up now? I lost my folder. Then I was just going to talk about that. So, I'm not sure when it actually started, but I know we did something through work for this, this girl back in, around Christmas time. Dying my voicemail. We did something where we had, Santa Claus coming to work. We did face painting for the kids. We did just a bunch of different stuff. I wasn't actually working the event, but, a bunch of my coworkers were there volunteering their time. I had worked earlier in the day, so I wasn't going back in, but, I did, I sent out the Facebook invite to my people and agencies that I knew around the community that actually deal with stuff like this. Like at the time, it was known as the Advocacy Center. There was which is now Starbridge, lifetime assistance, Arc of Monroe, CDS, CDR. And there's a lot of different agencies that that deal with stuff like this, but you can have all the agencies out there dealing with these situations, but if if one party is not complying, there's not much they can do. It's the nature of the beast. And I could say, obviously, from an advocate standpoint, an advocacy standpoint in general, that you can't. It's like I said, I've said this more than once. Every head in every brain involved in the situation has to be on the same page, otherwise you're not going anywhere. It's simple as that. And in this particular situation, how hard is it to understand that this particular girl needs a service dog? If you wouldn't deny a service dog for a blind kid in the school, why would you deny a service dog for a kid with the situation that can, where she could have a seizure or something at less than a minute's notice? Makes no sense to me. And from a legal standpoint, where is it right to not allow service dogs anywhere? That's my gripe. Never mind my connection with Heather or anybody in the situation. I want to fix this fucking this microphone is broken still. Yeah. Thank you for. I'm gonna get this fixed. Hopefully it works. I gotta get a new check for this. Woo! Let me get rid of this. Hold on, folks. Hello. Oh, don't hello me yet. All right. What the hell is stuck in this? So I'm going to. Well, so anyway, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this microphone. So, okay, I'm back. Like I said, if you wouldn't deny a service dog to a person with, a visual impairment or, some sort of impairment similar to that, or any other real impairment, what makes it legal to, discriminate against someone who needs it because of a serious health risk? It makes no sense to me, and it bothers me. I mean, going back as far as, going back even before partners in policy making, so this is probably going back to when I went to Geneva, which most of you that have heard me talk about the particular those particular conferences, those were a big waste of my time, but in the very few teachings in those conferences from Geneva that we actually learned that actually still work today. I mean, one thing that we were always told by our instructors in those particular meetings was, service dogs were to be treated the same as another person walking into a building with other people with you. You know, if you were to walk in, if you were a person with severe physical or mental impairments and you needed, you know, extra help to come, you know, to even get service at some place like, you know, even my building, McDonald's, you know, by law, they're going to allow it, you know, even if that, even if the particular person isn't going to be purchasing anything and is only there to help you. Legally, they have an obligation to you as a, you know, as a man or a woman, you know, to your safety. And what really bothers me about this whole deal is, you know, these same school districts that, you know, talk about bullying and whatnot are doing the same thing to this poor 8-year-old girl. And it's not right. It, if that's not bullying to to the definition that I've been taught throughout the years, what is? You know, and it's not one of those sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I mean, me personally,
What are you talking about?
I believe it, but I don't really, you know. You're talking about a kid. What the fuck? I hate this microphone. I gotta get a mic that's actually not broken on the end here. There it goes. It is what it is, though. You know. Thank you very little for being a lousy district, Gates, and you know, and you know what's worse for me on a personal standpoint is I was a product of the BOCES 2 program, and that, you know, and that's to see them actually, you know, especially, you know, being a program that
Wrap it up over there. You're literally rambling.
that specializes in the services for people with disabilities. That's ridiculous. But it is what it is, and it's, you know, it is. And I'm gonna have to end this broadcast soon because my microphone's driving me crazy. I hate to do it because it's kind of short, you know, on time, but if this doesn't start getting better, I'm gonna have to wrap up. I don't want to, we'll see. But you know, where does someone like Heather go from here? Where does Devin go from here? Where do the future parents like Heather Pereira and future people like little Devin go from here? You know, because you know they might be the ones that set the president in this area, which that'd be a great thing. Like for me personally, I've you know, like I've said before, I've sat in these congressional hearings. I've sat, you know, in Albany. I've never been to Washington and sat in anything. Just to clarify that. I mean, I've been to Washington, but that was when I was 8th grade. But that was with the 8th grade class. You know, I've sat in these legislations. I've sat in town hearings and shit like that. But you know these, you know, other than the BOCES factor, you know these, you know, you could promote people first, respectful language, but you can't, you know, if you can't respect the person, then what are you promoting? Nothing. You can't promote what you don't believe in. And if you're not doing what's right for the person that you're, you know,
Call from Laura.
I gotta answer this. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry about that, guys. All right. That's like this pocket dial. One of my family members. But you know, how can you be in a class? You know, how could you run a how could you run a program at all? Never mind the label of special ed or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call it these days because I'm not in school. But you know, you know, but you know, whether you're working in a workshop full of adults with disabilities or you're working with kids, you know, makes no sense. And it bothers me. You know. But you know, hopefully Heather wins, and hopefully, you know, most importantly, you know, Heather sets this tone, you know, for future kids like Devin, who no longer will need to have to fight a school district to get what they need. And you know, bottom line is, you need a service animal or a service person or a service anything. You know, you should grab it. You know, that you should be granted that, rather, not grab it. You know, if it's the difference between literally speaking life or death, then that should be more than enough reason to get it. But it is what it is. And I gotta commend, never mind, how, how I met Heather, how I know Devin. I mean, I know him through work, but doesn't matter how I know somebody or how anyone knows them. Give them what they need. And for these, these assholes in Gates and anywhere other district that's doing the same thing, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty out there. Just think, that was your son or daughter that needed the services. I think you jumped through hoops and hurdles to get it for them. If not, you're not an advocate. You're an asshole. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I can't really say too much more about it anymore because I'm, it just aggravates me. And I hope, I'm gonna leave the Army a little bit, but I'm gonna put up some stuff on Angelman's and some other, this particular condition that Devin has. So, people that actually, even if it's not a broadcast from today or the past, or even any broadcast, so they actually know what we're researching. All right? Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Because of all the stuff that I, have advocated for, with anything, up until this happened, I knew of Angelman's, but I never knew anything with it. But hopefully we can get this for Heather and Devin, and their family can take a huge victory lap around the world. Alright? Take care, guys. I'm gonna head off. But keep an eye on the page, because I'm gonna get some stuff on this particular condition. Alright? Take care. Good night.